How's it going, everyone? Jude here from LMR.com. Today we're going to be removing this factory Gen 1 Raptor steering wheel and replacing them with our SVE factory replacement steering wheel designed for 2010 to 2014 SVT Raptors. Now, most of y'all know if you have a 2010 to 2014 Raptor, a lot of these steering wheels are beat up, they're old, the red sightline gets really destroyed, and it just starts to look really crappy. With our new SVE factory style replacement, it's going to have the same factory dimensions and tolerances as the OEM steering wheel. That means whenever you're going and you're installing this, when you're gripping it, it's going to feel just like it did brand new off the showroom floor. This is all new construction with an aluminum frame, so it isn't a factory core. This steering wheel is also wrapped in a smooth and perforated synthetic black leather with the red sightline. The new steering wheel does not include a factory airbag or the switches, but that's all right because we'll be taking the factory airbag and the factory steering wheel switches from your old wheel and transferring them over to the new one. I think I covered everything when it comes to the actual construction of the steering wheel. Other than that, we're going to get to pulling off this old one and replacing with the new one. So before we begin, you're going to disconnect the battery cable. Let it sit for about 30 minutes to an hour. You want to make sure the airbag is properly disengaged. You don't want it going off on you when you're doing this removal. To disengage the airbag, you're going to need a small Allen key or some sort of smaller tool to push it on either side of the steering wheel. Okay. So we're going to insert it. You'll want to put a little bit of force into it. You'll feel it when you're doing this. Push. Pretty much hit the bottom. Now I'm going to go from the underside. Kind of hear it. Now we're going to move to the passenger side. You can kind of see the steering wheel just shifted a little bit. Once you've got that disengaged, you can slowly pull it out. Now you're ready to start disconnecting the airbag. So you'll have two connectors on the airbag right here, and then you'll have one down here at the bottom. And this should be as simple as pinching to disconnect. So there's the first one. Just pinch and pull away. Move it off to the side. Now we'll move to the bottom one. This is going to be a simple pinch and pull up. Once you got it disconnected, you want to move the airbag and put it somewhere safe. You don't want it in the vicinity of yourself when you're working on the steering wheel. You don't want it to blow up and hit you in the face, just in case. We got the airbag out. You will have one connector for the clutch spring, and there's going to be a tab on the underside. You're going to have to pinch that in. Sometimes it will help to get a flathead screwdriver. And I'm going to push up on it and then pull. Now you are disconnected. Now you'll take a T50 Torx bit, maybe extension, and then your ratchet, and you're going to put it in there and break this bolt loose. You might have to hold the steering wheel when doing it. Once you got the steering wheel bolt out, the steering wheel will be ready to be removed. Make sure you have it in the correct 12 o'clock position. You don't want to throw off the clutch spring at all. You're going to have to feed the wiring harnesses back through there as you pull it out. So be careful. Again, when you're doing this, don't try to twist and turn everything and mess up the clutch spring when doing it. So come off. I'm going to feed these through. Keep that in one place. Now we are ready to transfer over the factory steering wheel controls to the new wheel. Word of advice, if you are having an issue pulling off the old steering wheel, you could use a steering wheel puller to assist you with doing this. And then to make sure the clutch spring stays intact and does not move around, get some tape. You can tape down the actual clutch spring to the steering wheel panels. That way it stays in place and does not move. And once you've got the steering wheel out, this is a good time to stop and clean up any of the panels behind the steering wheel in case you want it to be all nice and clean before you do the reinstallation. Got that cleaned up. I'm gonna take a piece of tape, tape it there. This way it just stays securely in place when I'm cleaning up and doing everything else. But make sure to remove the tape before reinstalling, because you do not want to leave that on there and be trying to drive down the street and all of a sudden you're like, I can't turn the steering wheel. Now that we have the old steering wheel over here, we're gonna remove a couple components and swap them over to the new wheel. Some of the pieces we're gonna be taking out are gonna be the steering wheel controls right here on the left and right side. Obviously, for some owners, this will look a little bit different, but no matter what, it is all the same process. And then we are going to have to actually remove this plate on the original wheel, swap this over as well. This is also required to be removed when fishing the harnesses back underneath and swapping over to the new wheel. So we're gonna start with the plate. For us, this may be different because we do have different screws here at these 4 different points. I have a T15 and a T20 Torx bit. I'm gonna take these, remove these 4 bolts here. Start on the left bottom. This was the only T15 that I had here. Now I'm gonna swap over to the T20 and remove the other 3 bolts. With the 4 bolts removed, you can now remove the plate from here, fish the wiring harness back through. You can set this to the side. Now we're gonna get this ground wire out. This is also a T20 Torx bit. With the plate removed, I'm gonna move over to the steering wheel controls and get these popped out. I'm gonna be using a plastic pry tool to get in there and to pop them out of place. So I'll start here on the right side. I wanna take this tool, we're gonna slip it right underneath here and kind of work your way in. This may take a little bit of time depending on how much leverage you can get on this steering wheel. And don't be afraid to put a lot of force into it. The construction of this is kind of rubber material, should be no problem. Now that we've got this one disengaged, you can now remove it from the steering wheel, but you will need to disconnect the wiring harness first. You'll just have to push in the tab to disconnect the harness, push down on the top to disconnect. Now you set one of the steering wheel controls to the side and we'll go to the other one. Our tab is actually broken, so I'm gonna use a pick and that should get the connector off the switch. Okay. And now we're gonna take the wiring harness and remove it from the steering wheel. Feed that, feed that. There are two tabs at the bottom that are holding the harnesses down to the steering wheel. Take a pick, get it underneath, kind of pull towards you to disconnect. Ooh, almost take my finger out. There you go. There's one. We have another one over here. And then we also have these 2 white pieces that are holding down the rest of the harness. For these white tabs, I'm gonna use a push pin removal tool to get underneath, pry them out. Once that's done, remove the harness. With everything out, now we can transfer everything to the new steering wheel. We got the new steering wheel on the table. I'm gonna start with the wiring harness, putting it back in. Start with the white tabs. Then we're gonna push the 2 black tabs in. Now I'm gonna put the ground wire back in. Take the screw, put it back through. Again, T20. Make sure not to switch up your screws when you're going back to reinstall. I've already got the left side installed. I'm gonna show you how I did it on the right side. Instead of connecting the wiring harness to the switches first, I'm gonna install this and then connect it. So the best way to go about it is to start from the side and I'm gonna roll it over and push down into place. Don't be afraid to use force. It's not gonna damage the switches in any way. I've got it here on the side. I'm gonna roll it over. Push into place. I've got it pushed into place. Take the harness, feed it through, and reconnect. Now we're gonna put our plate on the new steering wheel. Feed it through, set it into place. We're gonna reuse the 2 top screws. The 2 bottom screws will not be needed. When installing these 2 top bolts, don't overdo it. You might have to put a little bit of pressure into it, but once you get it nice and snug, you'll be good to go. Everything looks good. Now we're gonna go reinstall and put this back in the truck. So again, before reinstalling, we had tape on here. We're gonna remove this before putting the wheel back on. Feed the wiring harness through the steering wheel. Make sure you're lined up with the clock spring and set your steering wheel in place. We're using a new bolt since the factory one is torque to yield. These are available on our website. The link will be available down in the video description below. Once you have it started, we're gonna wrench it down and then torque to spec, which is 35 foot-pounds. As you tighten this down, this is going to pull the steering wheel back into place. And now I'm going to torque it down to 35 foot-pounds. With the steering wheel torqued, you can now reconnect your main harness to the clutch spring. Reconnect the airbag to your 3 connectors, gray to gray, black to black, and then your main one down here at the bottom. Black one. And now you can push the airbag into place. I'm gonna reconnect the battery and go test for operation. That includes the horn and the switches. Works. Sounds terrible in here though. Steering wheel is installed, everything operates as intended. This is a badass upgrade for your Gen 1 Raptor. I know a lot of you guys that have these steering wheels, a lot of the original ones are starting to fall apart, break up, and they just look really bad at this point. This is a great solution for any of you Gen 1 Raptor guys. And for all you 2009 to 2014 F-150 owners, this will also work for you. For the install and removal process, it wasn't hard at all. Give yourself a little bit of time to do this. This is well worth the upgrade, especially if you have that red sight line on your original steering wheel, crusted and faded. But other than that, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And for all things Gen 1 Raptor, keep it right here with the real enthusiast, LMR.com.